Peace be with you. There are moments in life when we sit alone, looking at our hands, looking at our wrinkles, and we wonder, where did this strength come from? How did we survive the storms? Today, I want to take you back to a time before time. To a moment in heaven when God decided to create His most difficult, yet most beautiful masterpiece. This is not just a story, it is a reflection of your heart, your sacrifice, and your soul. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and listen. The Bible tells us that God created the heavens and the earth, the mountains and the seas. He looked at them and said, "It is good." But then, the Almighty paused. He stepped back into the silence of eternity. He was thinking. You see, God wanted to create something very specific. He didn't want another mountain that stands still. He didn't want another ocean that just roars. He wanted to create a living vessel that could hold the paradox of His own nature. The Lord stood in His heavenly workshop, and a question formed in His heart. I need to make something that is the strongest force on earth, yet has the softest heart in the universe. The angels watched in anticipation. They asked, Lord, are you making a warrior? Are you making a giant? God smiled gently and said, No. A giant can crush, but a giant cannot comfort. A warrior can fight, but a warrior cannot nurture. I am making a parent. The concept was impossible for anyone but God. He wanted to mix fire and water. He wanted to mix rock and wax. He needed a being who could stand like a fortress when the winds blew, but melt like butter when a child cried. God looked down at the empty world and said, I need someone who can carry heavy burdens without breaking. Someone who can be broken, yet still pour out love. Someone who represents me when I am unseen. And so, the work began. The crafting of the first masterpiece, the mother. It took a long time to craft this figure. The angel appeared and circled the model of the mother. The angel touched her arm and said, Lord, she is too soft. How will she survive in a harsh world? God replied, She is soft on the outside so her children can find comfort in her embrace. But I have made her inside tougher than steel. You cannot imagine what she can endure and still keep standing. The angel looked closer and saw the specifications. The angel was confused. Lord, the angel said, there is a mistake in the design. You want her to be able to manage a home, raise children, guide a family, cook, clean, and teach. Surely, she needs more hands? Does she not need a dozen pairs of hands to do all this at once? God shook his head. No. Give her only 2 hands. Because if she has too many, she becomes a machine. I want her to do 1,000 jobs, but with only 2 hands. Because when she does it with 2 hands, she learns the art of sacrifice. She learns to move quickly, to multitask with her spirit, not just her limbs. The angel frowned, reading the next requirement. And this standard is impossible, Lord. You want her to act as a doctor, but without medicine? You say here that her kiss, just a simple kiss, can cure everything from a scraped knee to a broken heart. How is that possible? That, God whispered, is the power of love. I am putting a piece of my healing grace into her lips. When the world hurts her child, her touch will be the medicine. The angel looked at the final line of the blueprint and sighed. Lord, look at this. You have made her self-healing. You expect her to function even when she is sick? To make soup when she has a fever? To comfort others when she herself is exhausted? Yes, God said firmly. Because her strength will not come from her muscles. It will come from her will. She will deny her own pain to stop the pain of her family. She will not sleep so they can dream. She is the mother. The angel stepped back, in awe of this creation. A being of infinite tenderness, fueled by an unseen, divine fuel. After the mother was created, the angel looked at the second form taking shape. This one was different. It was larger, broader, and silent. God began to craft the Father. The angel reached out and touched the exterior of this new creation. The angel pulled back, surprised. Lord, the angel whispered, you have made this one too hard. The mother was soft, but this feels like a rock. It feels rough like the bark of an old oak tree. Why is he so tough? Won't he be unapproachable? God looked at the father's shoulders, which he had designed to carry heavy weights without buckling. He looked at the father's hands, designed to work in the heat and the cold. God replied to the angel, "He must be hard. Do you not see the world outside this garden? There are storms, there are wolves, there are sharp stones. If I make him soft on the outside, how will he shield the family? He is the wall. He is the roof. When the hail comes down, it must hit his back so it does not touch his children." The angel nodded slowly, understanding the need for protection. But then, the angel looked closer at the chest of the father. "But Lord," the angel asked, "if he is hard like a stone, how will he love? A stone cannot hug. A stone cannot feel compassion." God smiled a secret smile. He reached into the chest of the father and placed a heart there. But it wasn't just a muscle. It was a substance that looked like solid wax. "This is my secret design," God explained. "To the world, to the strangers, to the problems of life, he will seem unbreakable. But look at what I have put inside." "Wax." "Wax?" the angel asked. "Yes. Because wax stays solid when it is cool, but the moment it comes near warmth, it melts. He will look tough to the world, but the moment his child runs to him, the moment his family needs him, this wax will melt. He will not break. He will reshape himself to fit their needs. He will be the strongest thing on earth, yet the most pliable in the hands of those he loves." God looked at the father and added, "He will weep, but mostly on the inside, or in the quiet where no one can see. Because he believes his tears might scare those he protects. So, he keeps the hardness on the outside, to keep the peace on the inside." The creation was almost complete. The father stood tall, and the mother stood with grace. But there was one final adjustment to be made to the father. The angel was checking the inventory of the father's soul. The angel noticed something missing. "Lord," the angel said, "I see you have given him ambition. I see you have given him talent. I see you have given him eyes that can see far into the distance, dreaming of great things for himself. He wants to travel, he wants to rest, he wants to conquer mountains for his own glory." God nodded. "Yes, I gave him those things." But the angel continued, "I see you are doing something strange. You are taking those dreams, and you are burying them." God was working on the father's vision now. He was adjusting the focus. "I am not burying them," God said softly. "I am planting them." "I don't understand," said the angel. "For a human to be happy, surely he must follow his own dreams? Why are you making him step back?" God looked at the future. He saw a father wearing old clothes so his daughter could have a wedding dress. He saw a father driving an old car so his son could go to a good college. He saw a father working overtime, exhausted, giving up his hobby, giving up his rest. God spoke with a voice full of emotion. This is the greatest feature of the Father. He will take his own dreams, his desire to travel, his desire to buy things for himself, his desire for rest, and he will let them die. He will lay them down as a foundation. "Why?" asked the angel, tears forming in his eyes. "So that his children can stand on top of those dreams," God answered. "He will kill his own wishes so that his children's wishes can breathe. He will be the ladder. A ladder doesn't go up. A ladder stays on the ground so others can climb up. He will watch his children achieve the things he never could, and in their victory, he will find his life again." The angel looked at the father with new respect. This was not just a guardian, this was a martyr of love. A man who would trade his today for his family's tomorrow. God wiped a speck of dust from the father's graying hair and said, "He will not ask for credit. He will not ask for praise. He will just want to see them smile. That will be his payment." God had created the form of the mother and the strength of the father. But he knew that simply creating them was not enough. They needed to sustain themselves. God knew that this job, parenting, would be the only job on earth where you can do everything right and still feel like you did something wrong. He knew that their hearts would carry a weight that never truly goes away, even when the children are grown. So, God leaned down and whispered a secret into their spirits. He saw the nights when the father would wonder, did I provide enough? Did I teach them the right path? He saw the days when the mother would worry, are they eating? Are they safe? Are they happy? God saw that being a parent meant living with your heart walking around outside of your body. It is a terrifying thing. So, God gave them the gift of intercession. He gave them a direct line to heaven that no one else has. You see, when a stranger prays for you, God listens. But when a parent prays for their child, heaven stops to listen. God knew that there would be times when the parents could not be there physically. They couldn't be in the dorm room, they couldn't be in the operating room, they couldn't be in the difficult meeting. So God told them, when your hands cannot reach your children, your prayers will. I am giving you the authority to bless them from a distance. Your worry is human, but your prayer is divine. When you kneel, mountains will move for them. This is why, my friends, there is no fortress stronger than a mother's prayer, and no shield stronger than a father's blessing. The masterpiece was breathing. The mother was ready to nurture, the father was ready to protect. But there was one final theological truth that God had to address. It was the reason why He made them in the first place. God stood in His glory, omnipresent and omnipotent. He fills the universe. The Bible says the heavens cannot contain Him. But God, in His wisdom, looked at the nature of the human child He was about to create. He thought, I am spirit. I am wind. I am fire. I can touch their souls, I can speak to their spirits, and I can comfort their minds. But God looked at the physical world. He saw that a child, made of flesh and bone, sometimes needs more than a spirit. Sometimes, a child doesn't just need to feel peace in their heart, they need a hand to wipe a literal tear from their cheek. Sometimes, a child doesn't just need to know they are loved, they need to be held in warm arms that squeeze back. Sometimes, they don't just need manna from heaven, they need a warm meal placed on a table. God realized that while He is everywhere, He chose not to manifest physically in every living room, at every bedside, at every school gate. He is the Father in heaven, but His children needed a representation on earth. He looked at the vast distance between the holiness of heaven and the dust of the earth. He needed a bridge. He needed someone to be God with skin on. He needed deputies. He needed ambassadors who wouldn't just preach about love, but would demonstrate it in the most mundane, messy, and beautiful ways. As time passed in God's vision, He saw the future of these creations. He saw that the job of being a parent was not without cost. He saw that the super strength He gave the father would eventually wear down his back. He saw that the endless worry He gave the mother would eventually etch lines onto her face. The angel looked at the aging parents and asked, Lord, are they breaking? Look at them. Their hair is turning white like the snow. Their steps are getting slower. The fire in their youth is fading. Should we fix them? Should we make them young again? God looked at the wrinkles on the mother's face and the scars on the father's hands. He smiled with deep affection. No, God said. Do not erase a single line. Do not hide a single gray hair. But why? Asked the angel. They look tired. They are not just tired, God replied. They are victorious. You see wrinkles, I see receipts. Every line on her face is a map of the time she stayed up praying. Every gray hair on his head is a medal of honor for the burdens he carried so his children wouldn't have to. God continued, these marks are the proof of their love. A love that costs nothing is worth nothing. But they spent their youth, they spent their energy, they spent their health to build another life. Their fading strength is the evidence that they gave everything away. So, my dear friends, if you look in the mirror today and see a face that has changed, do not mourn your youth. Your wrinkles are not signs of age. They are the scriptures of your sacrifice written on your skin. You are not fading, you are becoming a living testimony. God then designed the hardest feature of all. A feature that goes against every instinct of protection He had built into them. He had to teach them how to let go. The angel was confused again. Lord, you made them to hold on. You made the mother's arms to embrace, and the father's arms to shield. Why are you now teaching them to open their hands? God watched a vision of a child growing up, packing bags, and walking out the door to start their own life. Because God said they are not owners, they are stewards. The children do not belong to them, they belong to me. I entrusted these souls to the parents for a season, to polish them, to strengthen them, and to aim them like arrows. But it will break their hearts, the angel whispered. To see the house empty. To see the silence in the rooms that used to be full of noise. Yes, God acknowledged. It will hurt. It is a holy pain. But this is the final test of the parent. Can they trust me enough to let the arrow fly? The bow must stay stable so the arrow can go far. The parents must stay behind so the child can go forward. God looked at the lonely moments that were to come, the quiet dinners, the phone calls waited for, the photos on the wall. And he promised, in that silence, I will be closest to them. When their house is empty, I will fill it with my presence. Because they have completed the assignment. They have raised the future. This is the season many of you are in now. The noise is gone. But let me tell you, the silence is not empty. It is full of God's applause. You did well. You held on when you needed to, and you let go when you had to. The work was done. The mother was ready with her soft hands. The father was ready with his hidden wax heart. God looked at the vastness of the human timeline. He looked at the billions of children who would be born, who would scrape their knees, who would have their hearts broken, who would need guidance in the middle of the night. And then, the Almighty made his final decree, the thought that started it all. He turned to the host of heaven and said, I am the spirit that fills the universe. But a child cannot hug a spirit. A child cannot cry onto the shoulder of the wind. They need flesh to hold them. They need a voice to sing them to sleep. God looked at the earth and said the words that defined humanity. I cannot be everywhere, at every moment, in a physical form for every single child. Therefore, I will distribute my power. God reached into his own essence. He took his compassion and poured it into the mother. He took his protection and poured it into the father. He divided his responsibilities. He said, you will be the first eyes they see. You will be the first love they feel. Before they can understand who I am, they will understand who you are. You will be the bridge to me. And so, God sent them down. Not as rulers, but as servants. He told them, go down to earth. When you forgive, they will learn my mercy. When you provide, they will learn my providence. When you sacrifice, they will learn of my love. My dear friends, if you are a parent, listening to this today, do not look down on yourself. You are not just a person who raised a child. You are a chosen vessel. God trusted you with his children. He gave you the power to create, to mold, and to heal. In the eyes of a child, you are the first miracle. You are the hands of providence. You are the living evidence of God on this earth. So rest now. Rest in the knowledge that you have done the holy work. You have carried the torch. And when you stand before him one day, he will not ask for your bank account or your trophies. He will look at your tired hands and your loving heart, and he will say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You loved them just like I would have. This is the creation of parents. The hardest job, the greatest blessing. May the peace of the Lord be with you and your family today. If this message touched your spirit, share it with someone you love. God bless you.